In life, every ending is just a new beginning. My ancestors are people who had profound wisdom and great strength. Against all odds, they never gave up the struggle. They always held on to hope. Unfortunately, since birth, alcohol and drugs were not new to me. I was born a generational alcoholic addict. My addiction began with alcohol and ended with me alone in a jail cell, an IV drug addict. My history of addiction was full of failed attempts. Recovery was not new to me. In that jail cell, I reflected on my past and the person I had become. 9 treatment centers, numerous jail stays, and 4 beautiful children without a mother. I had no job, no car, and no education. My marriage was a wreck. I was hurting the people that meant the most to me. I was exhausted and broken. I felt worthless, hopeless, and lost. I was empty inside. I started to pray like I had done many times before, and suddenly I stopped. I was filled with a mix of great suffering, heavy despair, and deep pain. I began to cry. At that moment, I gave up faith and condemned myself to die, a junkie. I believed I was one of those constitutionally incapable people the program talks about, and I would never have happiness again. I would never achieve successful recovery. How did my ancestors do it? I knew I came from a long line of survivors. I remembered that I had greatness within me too. I just needed to look inside. I began to think about my children and how much I loved them. How did my selfishness affect them? What would they do without a mother? I started to pray again. I prayed to my ancestors, help me to find the strength inside. I prayed for direction, and I surrendered my will. Right there and then, I refused to let drugs and alcohol take my life. I left that jail cell filled with hope, faith, and love. I may look back, but I ain't going back. I began to grow and eventually bloom. I kept my faith no matter how difficult things got, and I became rigorously honest in every part of my life. Today, I am a recovering alcoholic addict, but I am also so much more. And the day came when the risk to remain tight in a bud was more painful than the risk it took to blossom.